How's it going, everybody? Tech here, and this is Old School Cool, a game series looking back on games that are older than most fine wines, and some bottle of Crystal Pepsi your uncle forgot in his basement. Today we are playing Gungrave, as you could see by that really awesome intro. That's something that I miss in games now. Games that are coming out now just don't have those really cool, hooking videos that play before the game plays. I know there might be a few, but there's something about types that came out in like the PS2 and the N64 and the PS1 and all the way back, you know, to when graphics were this, you know, a very key part in wowing people less than they are currently, where they're just worrying about how many polygons they can fit on the screen and how well that they can make, how good they can make it look. Anyway, this is a game released in 2001 by Red Entertainment, Positron, and Ikuzabune. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It is a Japanese game, and I think you can sort of tell by the art style that it is very Japanese. You've got that exaggerated body form. You don't really have the big eyes that you might see in anime, but you got a lot of big stuff. He's carrying a coffin type thing on his back. There's a lot of arcadey feel to it, and it's a very stylized game. And you didn't see any cutscenes just yet, but all of the cutscenes are in Japanese with English subtitles. I checked to see if there was a setting. There wasn't a setting to my knowledge. And honestly, I don't really mind that they didn't dub it in English. I'm not the kind of person who really watches a lot of anime. A lot of the voice actors' expressions and the way that they deliver their lines is just phenomenal and really gets across the sort of severity of the situation that they're in. Honestly, I'm not going to spoil anything of the story. Right there, you just saw me do a really cool gun move. I'll be completely honest with you, I have no idea how I did that. I've been trying to figure it out. I think it has something to do with the blue bar, with that skull and the combos that you do with killing certain people. And this game has the combos, and it has the level design, and it has the movement. And one parallel that I can pull from this game is of Time Crisis. If you've ever been in an arcade and played one of the Time Crisis games with a gun and you're shooting the thing, it feels a lot like that, both in the arcade style sound effects to the constant shooting, the constant, you know, sound of gunfire. You're always under fire by somebody. You're trying to take cover. The control is a little bit odd in this game, but that arcadey, killy, shooty feel is something that you really have to play and figure out. The camera is very odd to control, and by default, your character walks very slow with his guns out, and you know, isn't the most mobile character. Luckily, you have a lot of health, and I haven't died quite yet, so this game is kind of easy and it's kind of forgiving. But sometimes you need an easy, fun, mindless game with some story elements thrown in now and then, because you're not always sure that you want to commit to a really busy, really action-y, pay attention, do a bunch of really complicated tasks game. A lot of platformers are like this. It causes you to really be focused, whereas this, you can kind of just tune it out, enjoy the experience, and you know, hop around, do some really cool fucking moves. I mentioned the controls earlier, so I'm going to go into a little bit more detail. X is jump. You jump and shoot like you're diving any direction that you're pointing your stick. So if you want to jump backwards, you pull it back and hit X, just like that. If you want to jump forward, you push forward and hit X. I ran into a missile there. And hitting X just up jumps you up, and you don't have a lot of control that way. You grab your targets by hitting left bumper, and then you shoot with square. Circle lets you run. The other bumper does something. I don't use it, and then the two triggers I haven't found to do anything at all, which isn't a bad thing. And you know, playing on the controller and being used to a mouse and keyboard, it does get some getting used to. And the camera is, as I mentioned before, very hard to control. Like, there's a lot going on, there's a lot you want to see, and it's very slow. It's kind of like going through mud. The shooting aspect is very smooth, but the camera aspect is a little dated, I will say. And this game did come out over 10 years ago, so that's bound to happen. Another likeness that it has to Time Crisis are those updates where you need to go here, go there, do this, do that, and it's just a really fun game that you can turn your brain off to, sit down, enjoy, do a level here, do a level there, and really just feel good. It's not too hard. If you fail, you just start over. The levels aren't too long. Failure isn't, punished harshly. There isn't a huge upgrade tree that you have to deal with. There isn't all this other meta game that you really have to worry about. It's just shoot, kill, run forward, hit stuff with your coffin thing, have fun, destroy the Syndicate, and have a pretty cool experience doing that. And more games should really have that formula. It's the Nintendo formula. This game is this. Have fun. And I'm really glad that games like this are still able to be played. Anyway, if you liked this video and you liked this game and want to see more, let me know in the comments below. Do you have a game that you would like to see on this particular show? Let me know about it. It has to be at least 7 years old and not have come out on the last 2 consoles. They can be PC games, console games, whatever. If you have a game you want to see, I want to play it for you. Anyway, that is it for me here. I will see you guys next time.